place smells of fish. You would think that would keep people away.
You're out there a lot, right? Yeah?
The music is amazing!
Yes? What is it? It's the world's most exotic accident. But oil is an old story. The grease turns the wheels of commerce and the flame. So be careful walking these streets, my delicate little insect. Ventured. I'm in town for business. My client leaves a mess. I'm an independent contractor, working for some very wealthy client. There might be. I originally came here to complete a business deal, but the client, in a fit of rather than dispose of the evidence properly, they left it in a warehouse. So there are some loose ends that need tying, and I prefer a third party handle it. Would you be interested? It's a simple job. I need you to pick something up and sell it. Giving you any more. Cheers. We'll split my rate 50-50. For a job like this, I'm being more. You'll find the merchandise in a locker in the warehouse. Gangs in Ibside often use that area to peddle their sunshine and lollipops. So if shit's puckaroo, once you secure the merchandise, sell it to Coleman Lang at the Trade Authority. So it's part of their regular. Return here when the job is done. Some find Aurora heightens the senses.
It's party time!
Hey, no funny stuff with that. Hey, keep your nose clean.
Live your best life. Be here when you're ready.
Data stolen from Galvin.
This better be good. If you're here to report a crime, you're gonna have to deal with it yourself. Then it's your first time. Right now, I'm dealing with a stabbing in Ebside, a junkie ready to toss himself. So unless you're here to tell me that the trade tower is about to fall into the ocean... Whoa, listen to the genius over here. I know what I'll do. I'll walk over to the edge of the platform and yell really loud for volunteers down. In case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly ask the Freestar Collective for help. We do things. Yeah, sure. Okay. You just bought yourself some time with Neon. Important. Aurora is the lifeblood of Neon. Bayou is literally pulling gold out of the sea. He's got everyone hooked on the stuff and has a man's a genius. He actually had enough clout to convince the entire Freestar Collective that a highly addictive narcotic. And between you and me, I don't even touch this stuff. But I'll be damned if I don't enjoy the money. Neon is Bayou's house. Nothing happens, and it doesn't matter if you're a sewer rat or a millionaire, you answer to him just the same. And you better answer with cash. Screw with a guy or try to complain to a higher authority, and I can personally promise to you that. But if you're pulling in cash and you're smart enough to let him shave a little off the top, he'll look the other way. Sorry, I've heard. I guess you could say we enforce the rules just enough to keep the city from falling apart. But you can find the Freestar Rangers in the city, but they're smart enough to keep their heads down. And if you're looking for law and order, keep your nose clean, and we won't have any problems.
Oh! Need a moment to walk that off?
What is it?
Yeah? What? You need to move some merch. This is the place. Not a bad gun. Good balance. But that is not the issue here. That gun is hotter than a frying pan full of... Should have known better than to try and fool a weapons expert. But only because I know for a fact. Always happy to take. Buzz off. I'm busy.
See, Carson Outfitters. If we don't have you deserve
What?
the best. Right now. Gelbank ATMs are spread throughout the settled
With
system.
demand in the settled system.
Daddy?
Hey, wanna dance?
I'm not a fan of this kind of... Then my client can finally relax. He's a very tense man, you see. But I digress. Here's your payment, as promised. Yes, but I never work with the same client twice. May we live in interesting times.
I can understand wanting to honor or even celebrate history, but this may take it too far.
This is a boring assignment, but let's keep it that way.
New Homestead is a living history exhibit, but these are real people.
I love this moon and its people. I could use some more help fixing these brownouts. Great. You know what to do. Just break apart the ice with a cutter.
Greetings, pilot. This is Jiro Sugiyama, head of Paradiso Security. I apologize for coming over this emergency. Channel, but we are in need of assistance concerning the large ship in orbit, and we value discretion in this matter. If you are willing and able, please see me as soon as possible at the main security office in Paradiso. Over and out.
Landing initiated. Watch the flaring.
Hello.
You'd think we'd be a prime target for pirates, but they know to stay away for the most part.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jirosuke, do you have a security concern, or is there... Honestly, it's not as exciting as you might think most of the time. More often than not, we're just handling... Heck, even pirates leave us alone for the most part. I think it's because some of them actually vacation here. As long as they're not bothering anyone, Neither. We're our own private force. The Paradiso group pays top dollar for... And I dare say we're some of the best in the business. We have to be out here on the front. Ah, yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're... Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your... So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else? You're right. We're not. Which means we're not bound by anyone. In other words, it's our system and our rules. Neither the UC nor the Freestar collect... Great. I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked. So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain. It bears no discernible markings or allegiances to any manufacturer. I'm hoping that doesn't mean we're dealing with some sort of new deep... Not quite. It took some time, but we received a transmission. It was all... Pardon the phrasing. It sounded almost alien, like nothing anyone's heard before. Clicks, distorted growth. Now, one of our engineers says it could just be some busted comm equipment or incompatible signals, but so far no one's disembarked from the ship. No land. We don't have the staff or ships to spare, otherwise we'd dock. Can't say for sure. Looks worn, but not cobbled together like a Crimson Fleet junker. Others have been saying it's some new Varun design, a gigantic battleship with hidden armaments preparing for us. There's also been talk about non-human sentient life. The comms data we received might support that, but still, It is. Whatever's going on, we need to first see if you have more luck communicating with them. If not, You may have to try. Whatever you do, it's important to remember to seek diplomacy with who. As soon as you have any more information, report to Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso. All formal.
Paradiso Security's only here for your safety. Pretend we're not even here.
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Hey, Captain.
Hmm?
Let's cycle that airlock and get aboard.
Captain, free.
You're human. Oh, we're human. From the planet Earth. It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here.
You thought you were the only one? I am...
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our...
A pleasure to meet you.
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship, Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world, in the spirit of our ancestors. I see. As you may have presumed, our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... Communications haven't been successful, so you're arrived. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves. We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't... All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us live long, happy lives on board, and it was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the... Though, it would seem that was perhaps... We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our survey. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being... Ah, your question confirms one of our recent... It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so they made the decision to... Oh yes, of course. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on... Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. Security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist. Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
So, here we are. Let's talk.
I am both shocked and impressed that all of this is still functional.
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along instead of taking years of study. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly. A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. Difficult is the wrong word. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices. Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications, but since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt. We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared.
In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie. If anything, it may have inadvertently... I wish I could say that the satisfaction of helping others in need is sufficient, but I'm not. I'm sure we can pull together some resources equivalent to whatever currency you use these days. We'll do what we can to make it worthwhile. And until then, you're free to make use of whatever facilities you need. Ah, so they have a name. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution. Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the path. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us... Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can... When we left Earth, there were no claims to planets this far out into space. We had assumed that we were the only ones attempting a generational journey such as this, meaning that they... Regardless, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, did manage to file a charter for this planet's first colony. According to his records, no one took it seriously when he filed it, so likely it was either ignored or the records were lost to the ages. Given humanity's lack of interest in colonizing the far reaches of space at the time, it shouldn't have been a problem. Excellent. Make no mistake, this is our planet, and we intend for them to see this. So, speak with their leadership and see if you can negotiate a solution on our behalf. Preferably, report back to me and let me know what they say, and we'll go... We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we... Now, it makes little sense to give up before you try.
I know Captain Brackenridge has essentially given you free rein to wander the ship. I hope you understand. Given we have so... It pays to take security seriously. Something I understand.
Just stay out of trouble.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Hey, so it is true. We don't get any. We never expected to meet anyone else traveling this stuff. But if you're here, that must mean there are others. Either we took a strange route, or the vastness of space just makes chance encounters unlikely. Either way, I'm so relieved to find out that we're not... Oh, geez. Sorry, of course you don't know my name. We never met. I'm Yue. Wow, I never thought... Sure. Well... It's incredible. I'm pretty excited to... I wonder about all we've missed this whole time while you... Oh, I'm the navigation officer. I'll be honest, the ship pretty much flies itself. Its destination has... I'm not sure what's next. See, the nav system's not perfect. We encounter stuff that our forebears didn't originally... Astral bodies, space debris, stuff like that. So sometimes I need to take manual control and get... Then there was the time I used those unaccounted for anomalies to... Slingshotted us around a few stars that weren't supposed to be there, saved some fuel and knocked a few decades off our journey. Pretty incredible. Get you around.
I wonder what else is out there.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Careful waving that.
Quite a heritage to have brought the ship so far over such a long time. Worthy of the pride these
If the other colonists knew how many times the constant almost came up. I was hoping to talk to our. I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster than... Oh, I've heard of this technology, but always... Maybe we can talk about it in more detail later. I'm sure you have more pressing... Oh, I've got so many... I haven't even given you my name! Chief Engine. And, I might add, I'm one of... You're right, I'm sorry. I just hope... Perhaps there will be time for questions. Ah, great question. All of the reading I've done on the matter suggests that at the time, there was uncertainty that the technology... So, I trust they made the decision to strike out when they did. Some may say I'm a master of keeping things together with nothing but duct tape and bubblegum. Well, if we had any gum left. Pretty sure that ran out 100 years ago. When I'm not dealing with catastrophic engine failures, I manage the other engineers. We maintain all the machinery, computers, you name. Many years ago, when I was a junior engineer, the reactor's computer burned out. I'll spare you the details, but when that happens, the ship and everyone on it is in danger of... I had to jury-rig parts from old media devices to prevent a meltdown. And that's how I became the boss around here. Yes! So, do people only live on naturally habitable planets? Are we in contact with alien species? I have so many more... Disappointing. I suggested that the most likely explanation for you was that humanity had developed faster. I'm not surprised. The amount of energy it would take. I can assume these types of colonies are strictly for mining and gathering rare resources, since there are nearly... Haha! I knew it! Incredible! Amazing! Even this ship was only possible by our families pulling together nearly all... Ah, thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I can have a bit of a big See you!
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of alien or something.
Hey.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting.
Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are.
Wonder what it's like out there, beyond our little...
Hi there. Oh!
Nice to meet you. And that's true. As you can imagine, Right? We've been cooped up together in this ship all our lives. So outside of... Anyway, sorry for freezing up before. I just didn't expect our visitor from the outside to stop by and chat. I'm Daisuke, the ship's provisions manager. I'm not sure what I can offer you, but if I can help, we manage. I know back on Earth, there used to be stores all over the place. Some that even specialize in But here, this is it. We have very limited supplies. Most of our stuff, it works out for the most part, because it has to. You'll send... Not really. Things don't work that way here. It's not a shop like... Almost everything is communal or shared in some way, but sometimes... So when that happens, mostly, I just keep track of the ship's inventory and help ration the supplies. Take care.
Hey there.
Just stay out of trouble.
We got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
And to think, all this time we thought we were alone.
There's so much more to learn about now.
No, we haven't. Wow. Hi.
I've lived my entire life in constant.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down trouble.
Sure is nice to know there are other people out there.
Hey.
I do not envy the lives that have been led in these confined quarters.
I'm alone with my hubby. Oh, hi! Hello! You're the alien! Sorry, I'm a little nervous. I'm fine. I will be. It's just... This has just gotten everyone so stressed, and since I'm here to... Abe, I'm scared! Abe, what if we can't get down to the surface? I've never had to deal with so much anxiety before, and I'm a pretty anxious... Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. I'm Abe. Levitz. Abe Levitz. Please do. Oh? Oh, you must mean the Yiddish. See, we didn't think the language would survive if we didn't. It's a point of pride for our family, and something I'd like to pass on to others so they don't forget. Me? Hey, I take care of people here. I live with my husband, Daisuke, no kids. We passed on having a surrogate so others could have Instead, I get to spend time with everyone and their families here. They call me their bubby because I'm like the... I may have had something to do with that. Ah, glad you asked. I coordinate cabin maintenance, plan activities. It's a demanding job, but in short, I'm here to keep... I try to keep both the kids and adults entertained. Scavenger hunts, sing-alongs, fun little... We also have regular media nights where a historian, Julia Yang, screens old movies, plays music, and... People didn't know what to think. Here we are, minding our own business out in deep... Then we hear some sort of garbled transmissions on the radio, real scream. People had all sorts of fakakta theories, aliens, time travelers, you name it. Anyway, it spooked the bejesus out of us.
Is this about my decision?
Till next time, I guess.
I must do what is right.
There is so much more to learn about now.
Sure, it is nice to know there are other people out there.
I've lived my entire life in constant. I'm not sure how else to place it.
Hey there.
Hi.
I do not envy the lives that have been led in these confined quarters.
Wow. I've heard about you, but here you are.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
These are exciting times.
And to think, all this time, we thought we were alone.
Oh, wow, you're new. I guess I should introduce myself? Oh, well, nice to...
Oh my god, it's terrible. I don't know how my parents did it. Knowing they would never, ever, every day, you see exactly the same things. The same. Seriously, the only thing that kept me going was knowing that we were the generation who knew we'd fight. Although now that we're here, nothing seems to be happening. Sometimes... Maybe so. Look, I'm just frustrated with all this. I'm venting. Certainly not what I want to do. At least you tell it like it is. But then again, there aren't exactly any opportunities. I'm the cultivation manager. Fancy words for farmer and fertilizer collector. Like, I'm great at what I do, but I would enjoy... Meanwhile, my sister Julia, she gets to hang out with kids all day, and the kids I couldn't care less about, but she doesn't even care about... See you, I guess.
I wonder what else is out there.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before. We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Pressure normalizing. Undocking complete.
Hello, and welcome back, Mr. Tofik. I am aware that this is your 8th visit to our resort. Your repeat patronage is much appreciated.
Your next stop wouldn't be the Charybdis system, would it? We got a report of a distress call out there. But we don't have a ship to send someone that far out.
Can I tell you something? I wasn't always this perfect. Enhance can help you too. Why, hello, darling. Welcome to Enhance Paradiso. You too we can make you thinner, larger, change your hair. Or perhaps I can interest you in the Paradiso Getaway Bundle promotion. Oh no, I know that some other Enhance hosts might do that as a... No. Here, I only want you to be comfortable with who you are. Being happy with your body comes from... We simply book 2 sessions for you for a greatly reduced price. Many Paradiso guests come to get away from their normal lives, and often they like to So, they will change their appearance not only when they get here to engage in some fun, but also when they leave to go back to... Certainly. Service at our regular price. Oh, You're too pure for... Oh, don't look so surprised, darling. Have you ever seen someone? It's not uncommon for people to get little touch-ups while away. Better that than risk the... That's very kind of you to say. I have put many credits into my appearance, and I am proud of how I look. There is no... I regularly use enhanced services. A little tweak here or there every so... And the fact that it is hard to notice... Thank you for stopping by.
No one's going to care if I call out sick from work for another week, right?
Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep the peace.
Can't wait for my shift to be over.
This is even better than in the brochure.
I guess I do not care what terminology they use. This still smells like it chunks.
Any place could be more perfect. I'm on vacation because I don't want to be bothered.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Chunks. If this is your first time dining with us at this location, you'll find... Please, don't hesitate to ask if there's anything I can do. I used to work at a Chunks in Neon before my transfer was approved, and while I'm much... It looks a lot nicer. The food is supposedly higher quality, and we treat the customers... Yeah, I know. It seems ridiculous, especially since most of the food is the same old Chunks as anywhere. Honestly, what else do you want me to say? This is my employer, and they treat me well enough. So please... It was a pleasure serving you.
I feel like I've seen you before. Like in the movies or something. Hey. Yeah, this planet's pretty great. Name's Emilion, by the way. I work for the resort. Anyway, unless you need something else, I should probably... Gotta solve all the resort's problems before I can enjoy the Paradiso. What are you hinting at? Is that an invitation? There is some talk about building a club, but that hasn't happened yet. Me? I like to find that special someone and take him to the beach and just feel the cool ocean. Well, I'm the shift manager, so I take care of my employees, so they can in turn take care of our guests. I also used to run speed dating, but that's been put on hold. Wine tasting still... Of course, at night, I party like everyone else. Between you and me, this place is... You know what? I definitely... We just got a major recall on our air purifiers. And neither me or any of my staff are able to get off-world to... Bits of fibers from the filters can get blown out, not only defeating the purpose of the bad design all around, I'm told. But I guess this was an expense corporate shipped out. They told us they won't ship them here since we're in unincorporated territory outside of the EU. Too much of a risk of pirates. Too much liability, they say. Funny, it's not a problem for other companies. Wow, that'd be great. You can pick up the purifier parts using this claim slip at the Unified Transport Facility at Gagarin Landing. It's a long-term storage facility.
Just show the claim to the shipping manager, Akachi Rosenblum, and you'll get what we need. Thanks.
What did you need?
How's it going? Hope you... Hey there, I'm Harish. If you're looking for stuff to do at the resort or have any other questions, especially about our amazing beach, it's a big planet with a ton of water, so I'd be lying if I told you I knew everything. But I do know we've never, and I mean never, had an incident with... Everything we've run into is so docile and beautiful in their own ways. It's almost like nature knew what it was... Oh, me? Limited at the moment. I'm between gigs, actually. I was hired recently to run wind sailing, but that's been canceled. Whatever, man. Those winds are the best part. It wasn't even that bad. Too many guests just... Now, I've been assigned to lead the guided meditations, but they haven't started up yet, and, well, we'll just... I'm surprised you even have to ask. Look around. But honestly, I'm kind of a beach nut. I could spend hours... Hey, maybe that's where I should run the guided meditation. See you. Don't be afraid to kick back and relax a little.
I don't know how much longer we can go with the air purifiers as they are.
It's my pleasure to make sure our guests are happy.
Come here for a little R&R, huh? Me too.
I was worried about my beach body until I spoke with that lady.
a great day.
I cannot recall ever having the time, let alone the funds.
Another lost belonging notification. Oh dear, a guest. Dreadfully sorry you had to hear my complaint. How unprofessional of me. Hello, welcome to Paradiso. Dirk Huddleston. Oh, no, nonsense. Just a small scheduling issue. Some of our guests, just one of the many services we are happy to provide here at Paradiso. Nothing to... You're not? Perhaps you'd allow me to persuade you to reconsider? We have the... If you do change your mind... Purima 2 is owned independently by the Paradiso Group. We exist outside of the Paradiso Group is run by several board members, many of whom take residence. They established the resort as a getaway for all on the most beautiful planet in the universe. And I can tell you that there were broad question, but I'll try my best. Paradise. This planet is as perfect as one could possibly imagine. That is, assuming pristine beaches, constant beautiful sunny weather, and... For one, our hotel rooms are quite luxurious. The executive suite is especially posh, but perpetually booked. You'll find our beach relaxing, and we have several top-notch shops and dining experience. Of course, we also have the galaxy's only gourmet chunks. And if you're feeling adventurous, Oh no, you're on vacation. I wouldn't dream of asking a guest, or a non-guest. But if you want to take a look at the list in the system and you happen to find anything while you're out and about, I suppose it would help me out. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Man, what would I have done if you hadn't come along to help?
If I could just stay here forever, I would.
This is probably the best vacation I've ever taken.
I'm not much of a beach person, but everyone talks about this place. So I had to see it for myself.
Well, if you fancy a cuppa, we have some new and classic blends that are sure to satisfy. What? You've seriously never heard of it? The red mine. I'd say it's kind of underground, but I thought by now everyone knows about it. We're lucky enough to be... I'm a huge fan. Donovan Reese himself came here and ordered tea at our... Anyway, you should go there. Aye, that's the spirit. So, what can I... Well, if you want something strong, we have Earl. If you want something relaxing, we have... But if you want something more exotic to tickle your fancy... Have a good day now.
It's lovely here.
There are so many activities I'm looking forward to doing.
Sorry.
Just having a good time.
Didn't mean to be rude and ignore you when you came in. I'm just... Not bad. Well, it'd be a little better if that tranquility went within spitting distance. I'm not saying anyone should spit on tranquility, by the way. Just maybe don't buy their tea. Drink coffee instead. Yeah? Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if you know this. Ours is 100% organic, made from coffee beans rescued from Earth hundreds of years ago. Trust me, you can really taste the difference between our real... Matter of fact, we keep losing business to Tranquility. It seems like they're always trying new things. I have an idea, but I don't know if I have the skills to... I need help from someone who is good at getting others to do what they want. Or good at what I'm proposing may not be entirely legal. And even if I could succeed... No, I mean, yes, I do. It's not about brewing better coffee. We already have the best, most authentic coffee on the market. I think Tranquility has it right in that regard. I want to find out more about what they're planning next. A tea sommelier from Tranquility Corporate. I overheard them talking to Polly about some new tea product they were. If you could convince them, or otherwise get the recipe before it goes to market, I'm sure it will help me succeed. Maybe I can even move up the corporate ladder. All I know is that the sommelier has the recipe on a slate. Do whatever you want. I just need that recipe. If they won't tell you the recipe, do whatever you can. Well, I hope so. This...
Can't wait to get out of here for the day. Welcome to Paradiso. Feel free to look around, but don't break anything. And before you ask, the No. Ugh. You people always think that just because we're some friends, I wouldn't even care, honestly. But they take it out of my... Why would I? I have to sell overpriced crap to rude... My uncle works for the Paradiso board. When he said he could get me a job here, but it's not all bad. I don't have to worry about getting fired, and I live in Paradiso for free. Yes. Okay. Thanks for shopping.
Yet another nice day in Paradiso. They're all nice days, I guess.
Please, let the concierge know if you need anything.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. I'm afraid so, yes. They're generally very busy, so any outside parties need to book. I really don't, and I can't have you barging in on the executives while they're working. So if you need something... Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from... What I could tell you would get me in a lot. Most of them are typical C-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work... I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private, secluded beach. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. People were a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different, and it's so massive. We honestly... But then, nothing happened. It just stayed... And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be... I can't speak for anyone else, but I've got a pretty high-pressure job working as the executive assistant. You can imagine, dealing with a team of execs, trying to manage all of their schedules. But it pays well, and they give me a nice executive suite at the hotel to live in. So, it's not all bad. Free access to all... Sure. Have fun in the Shark Tank.
I
just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are...
If you've heard about us elsewhere, chances are...
Heck,
it's because of me.
It's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like me.
Unless you're here
That's
to talk
not
business,
who
I'm
we
afraid I
are.
can't spare
We've
much
got
time.
something special
If it's not
here.
important, bring
we
it up with
should
Keith.
embrace that.
Not quite. We just don't answer to the Freestar Collective or the... Makes things easier. We don't pay any taxes. We don't need to follow their laws. All the benefits. And no and mind, because half the politicians and other big shots love vacationing here. Works. We, the Paradiso Group, bought the rights to this planet years ago with the intent of turning it into the biggest... As such, no other leisure enterprises may operate on the planet without renting land from us. But as you can see, none can afford such. No, of course not. There's several more. We're just the ones who show up day to day. The others spend their time lazing on the beach. Yeah. Doesn't bother me, though. Less cooks in the kitchen means I get to make all the big decisions. I am. And you must be the diplomat Giro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing... You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens! We run a premier resort getaway here. We can't have our guests concocting stories about some budgy old ship hanging around. As it is, we've had to reroute our luxury liners around the other side of the planet on entry, so no, we need to nip this in the bud and take care of it before the tourists catch on and cause us sick. Ah, we're being direct then. Good on you. So, well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new... We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map.
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the trip. Someone else would have to foot the...
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you wanted. We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these... Imagine the landscaping disasters they may come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet and... No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it. Well, absurd or not, that's our official stance. I make the decision. We operate outside of the Free Stars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone. And we'd rather not draw attention to it. As I've mentioned, it could be bad for business. We'd much rather. It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help in... A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary... That leaves the only other party in this nigger. I'm not suggesting anything, other than it would make our lives so much easier if that ship's... Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff. And which proposal will you be taking to the... They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collect. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I have no idea, because I'm not... But it's a wonder that old ship made it all the way here in such a relatively... An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, they're engineers. Someone would likely have to override the safety systems in the reactor computer.
I hope you are not asking what I think you are asking.
Right. Assuming they agree to the terms, I've got a list of resources you'll need to gather and bring back so we can support the new arrivals. We'll need to improve our lodging and infrastructure, plus account for future projects. Don't care how you procure them, just make sure to bring them here with you before we can...
This is not the best life they could lead, surely. But I suppose it is better than die.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso group, we... Belom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle... ground. Maybe build up the beachfronts.
I wish I had booked a stay for longer.
Not to be a downer, but this place is almost too perfect, right?
This is even better than in the brochure.
Everything here is a little more expensive than I expected. Guess that's how they get.
You'd think we'd be a prime target for pirates, but they know to stay away for the most part.
Excellent sightlines. This would make a decently defensible position. And the view is nice too.
I'm here for you, any time of day or night. Salut, bonjour, good day. Welcome to Chez Simon. Might I interest you in some refreshing spirits? Perhaps something's... Yes and no. It's my name on the sign, and I generally get to run it the way I want and take in a signal. I even had to sign over my name to get it up on the sign. Part of my contract. But I tend to look at it as job security. What, are they going to find another... Plenty, but I consider myself a professional. It wouldn't be kind. However, I don't consider the Paradiso Group board members co-workers. I have heard from multiple celebrity visitors that our CEO, Oliver Campbell, isn't as domineering and virile. Word is, he likes to be told what to do, and his performance evaluations, they can sometimes get pretty out of control, but we've had to do away with the foam parties, for instance. Soapy surfaces, and before you worry, we never had a fatality because of it.
Come here for a little R&R, huh? Me too.
I don't think any place could be more perfect.
If I could just stay here forever.
I'm feeling you. Hey there.
This is probably the best vacation I've ever taken.
Why did I think 3 days?
Sorry, did you need something? Rowan Masterson, Natural Service. I ensure all our brews match our high standards for consistency and quality. And I also, after all, I fancy myself quite the tea enthusiast. Ah, yes, the rumors are true. My job requires... I've been working on a new tea drink that I think will make a big splash with tea connoisseurs. I'm afraid you'll need to wait. Sorry, did you... This should be interesting. Well, I can appreciate that. I'm glad to hear you like my other... Very well. I can tell another tea enthusiast like myself when I meet one. Besides, it's not even guaranteed to go to market anytime soon. And even when it does...
I do not fully understand why you are bothering with this, but...
Hello, can I get you something to drink?
Some of our guests... You're back? Ooh, does that mean you... Amazing! I can't believe you did. Well, I can't tell you how... Wait! The secret ingredient is... coffee? Really? And I have higher quality coffee ingredients to boot. So it'll be...
I wish I had been to stay for longer.
There are so many activities I'm looking forward to doing, but I'm just having a good time relaxing.
Captain, hello. I am.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
Careful waving that fancy gun around.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it. What's the good word? That doesn't sound so bad. My crew will need to get used to working for a living anyway. Is that all? Until next time. Now that you're here, I can... So, we... I'm not sure what we can spare. Unfortunately, we... And I'm telling you. Oh my. I hope that's not the impression I'm giving. I tell you what, talk to Daisuke, and he'll get you what we can spare. If you succeed, we'll see about finding... Don't forget to tell of us in your travels.
Just because our equipment's old?
Boy, am I glad you went some sort of...
We've had to do our fair share of recycling on the constant. Not exactly a lot of places to get new goods. It's almost time to take inventory of our stock again. Oh yeah, she sent me a message. I have everything for you right here. Need anything else? See you around.
I wonder what it's like out there beyond our little community.
Now that we know what's out there.
Captain Brackenridge says the future is...
Hello there. Given that I don't know you, I'm Julia, the Constance Cheats. Ha! You must have been... There's more to it than generations ago. It used to be law-keeping. While I don't think my job is as important, I do. But sometimes it's frustrating to convince some people. There was a time where I thought my sister was the lucky one. But I grew to like my work. It's okay. I don't mind you asking. I'm actually proud of my choice. As you can imagine, a population limit is a necessity. I made my choice long ago to give others the chance to have a larger family should they wish. Though, I suppose I don't need... Of course. Everyone was assigned their roles here. We don't... Someone has to prove themselves either exceptionally bad at their job, or... But that rare. Thanks for saying so. As chief historian, I can tell you a lot. ECS stands for Earth Colony Ship. We wanted a fairly inclusive name. There was an old colony ship that sailed across the oceans of Earth from a country called... It was called either the Susan or Sarah Constant. Ironically enough, that ship also reached what they thought was new land. As chief historian, I can tell you... Well, we launched Tuesday, September 27th, 21. Would have been longer, but it turns out we have an ace navigator who... We're the descendants of wealthy elites, intellectuals, artists, scientists, and others who left. The thinking was that Earth's days were numbered for a variety of reasons. Thus, he constructed this colony ship to settle what seemed like the most habitable planet we could find. We suspected that we may have been the only ones to leave Earth, given that... You know where to find me. Goodbye.
My mom and dad were scared when you came on board, but I don't know why. You seem okay.
Just stay out of trouble.
We were never trained to face threats coming from outside our ship.
We've got you.
Such a long time to survive on only the fruits that can be grown here. I suppose being a picture is not an option.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of alien.
I've never treated anyone from outside our ship. Wait, how is it?
Oh my. Yes, of course. They sent my husband, Mabu. It's quite fortunate that you arrived when you did, for my... I hope you do. A lot of us are... Indeed. There aren't... In addition to regular checkups I perform, I also help train the next generation of doctors. Nothing. Not in the... As one of the eldest on board, he was ready to volunteer for termination. It means that he was going to volunteer his own life for the sake of the... Like the others, his life with it. Rarely we had to make difficult choices when no one would volunteer. I certainly hope so too.
It does seem to be. Indeed I do. Ah, yes, we are...
Sometimes. Difficult. We try our best to avoid. Rarely we run into situations where things do not go according to plan. We never do anything without careful consideration.
Stay safe.
I wonder, what else is out there? And to think, all this time, we thought we were alone.
There's so much more to learn about now.
Hey there.
Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that. Just because our equipment's old.
Find the interior of this ship comforting.
There you are. Look, it merits saying thank you.
This thing you're wearing? I'd like to help you, but there's a problem with my computer system. I can't... The technician said they should be done fixing it by 1100 hours local time. I'm not sure I can. I do feel bad about it. Fine. You know what? Just give me the claim and I'll...
staying safe out there.
I can see why this location was chosen for a resort. Very nice.
Paradiso Security's only here for your safety.
Can't we? I don't know how much longer we can go with the air purifiers as they are. Hey, you got them. And just in time, too. One of my maintenance people said, thanks. I'll make sure the staff...
Someone put up cute drawings in the staff lodging. Sure where they came from. Thank you.
We've got some of the best private security in the settlement.
We've got. Oh, hey. Mm-hmm. There you go.
I wish I had booked a stay for longer.
Paradiso Security! Get back here! Hold it right there! Why do I always get the dumb one?
I cannot, will not...
Officers falling back!
can never quite place the smell of Sidonia. Oh. Ozone and metal and something vaguely old and...
Sidonia. Old waste. I suspect this soul system would be abandoned otherwise. Ever been to Aquila?
Do you imagine anyone actually enjoys living here? I simply cannot.
Hey, I haven't seen you around here.
Oh, did you find the Bull Dragon Star Force?
I've seen some karate videos.
Hold on. That is what... okay. I'm giving you my...
Mars is so boring sometimes.
The United Colonies ask much of its...
It will still be difficult. I doubt it will come to that, but yes. Yes. It sounded sincere. Of course. We will be... That is a good first step, and I'm willing to let it... Without your intervention,
The city of Sidonia is proud to be a pillar of support for the United Colonies. Your local Marine recruiter. You wish to sign up for military service.
Perhaps not the sort of place on which one would settle down. I can understand wanting to honor or even celebrate history, but this may take it too far.